So yesterday I was in the gym, right? I was having a pretty rough time because a week just went by that I didn't make it to the gym because I had a really bad ear infection that just kept me in the house, in the bed, just cooped up for a long time. And like I said, I didn't get to go to the gym. When I did finally go, which was yesterday, it just felt like I was going to the gym for the first time ever. That's just how tough it was on me. And I guess one of the guys that was in the gym, I was kind of just focusing on one body group yesterday, and so I was just in one section of the gym for the whole time that I was there. And this one particular guy that was beside me introduced himself to me, and I guess he saw me having a rough go at it, so he basically told me his name and everything. And what he did, he said to me, this time last year, I was right there where you at, same size and everything. He told me that he lost over 160 pounds and that he used to be my size. And he showed me pictures of him in the past. And he also told me that it motivated him to start a juicing company, which is kind of going good for him right now. But anyway, the gist of our conversation, from what I got from him, is just about mentality. I hear that a lot whenever I'm trying to get into anything, really, especially when it has something to do with endurance and changing your lifestyle or something like that. What it comes down to is mentality, and I hear people say that a lot. And I also apply that to my life. When I was going through my tattoo journey, it took more mental capacity than anything to get through it. Of course, there is some truth to that. When I think about that on an individual level, about how I have gotten through things on my own just by changing my mentality, just by telling myself that I could make it through it, or that I was just gonna start doing something that was hard for me to do. It started with me mentally, and on the individual level, that has worked for me in a lot of different things that I've decided to apply to my life to make my life better. And I was just sitting here on my way to the gym this morning thinking about how it would be if we could all do that, and the power of optimism. We live in a pessimistic world where everybody just kind of expects things to go wrong. It's almost like every other person that you talk to throughout the day, whenever we talk about the government or the way the world is being ran today, it's just a pessimistic attitude, but rightfully so, because it is a lot of stuff that's just fucked up right now, just to be honest with y'all. But just like your individual life, when you change your mind state, things can change for you and start becoming positive on a day-to-day basis. And I think what's wrong with the world today is that we lose sight of it. Like, collectively, if we could all change our minds and be positive. And I know it's hard, don't get me wrong. I know with all the shit that you see on the internet and in the news every day, it's hard to have just a positive mind, positive mentality every day. And I know it seems a bit naive, but in actuality, and from my experience, it's the strongest thing that you could do. In a world that's driven by negativity, I feel like the strongest thing that you can do is be positive, and try to be positive, and try to find the positivity in everything, in people, in situations, and in the government, as hard as it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm just a nationalist or no shit like that. It's just that like, how do we expect it to get better if we don't think better? You know what I'm saying? If we constantly harken on what's wrong, I think we lose sight of what we could be thinking about to make it go right. Just imagine what the world would be like if we could if everybody thought like that. You know, you see reality for what it is, but then you have better expectations. You condition your mind to see better conditions or look for solutions in things that are going wrong, positive solutions, and ways that you could help, and ways that you could benefit society just by being positive. I think that's important. I think that's very important, and it has a lot to do with the brand that I created. It's called Trust Your Dope, and it's basically a mind frame in itself. It's some hood shit. the phrase itself is from some hood shit. It really comes from you know, a hood mentality, like a dope dealer selling drugs. But the most beneficial attitude, or the thing that's most beneficial to a dope dealer is knowing that his product is legit. Not only is it potent and is it gonna get you high, but it's also safe, and it's gonna do what it says it's supposed to do, and not something different like kill you or make you OD or something like that. So let's switch that around. Dope also means good. It also means like the best, or you know what I'm saying, in hood slang. Like when people tell you dope, and that's kind of where I'm going with it. Metaphorically speaking, you're the drug, and you are the product, and it's no sense in getting into selling anything if you don't trust your product. If you don't trust how dope you are, there's no sense in even waking up in the morning. I feel like in order for you to present yourself to the world, you have to have a positive mentality about yourself. You have to prepare yourself for all of the negativity that's gonna come at you, and you have to think of yourself as dope. You gotta trust your own dope before you can present yourself to the world every day. So I mean, it's just something to think about. I'm not saying be naive, and I'm not saying like don't acknowledge the reality that you in or whatever, but I do challenge everybody to, whenever you feel yourself getting pessimistic and when you see all the stuff on social media and all the negativity, I challenge you to still be able to look at this stuff and still tell yourself that that's just what I'm looking at right now. If I change my mind and I think and I see the positivity in things, and I do that enough times, and I do that every day, then maybe somebody will see me doing it. Maybe my kids will see me doing it. Maybe my parents will see me doing it, and maybe they'll take heed. Maybe they'll start trying it themselves. And before you know it, you got a whole community of people that just can see things for what they are, but look for the solution and look for the positivity in whatever it is, and try to make the most of it. I believe if majority of us did that every day, we would see the changes that we really want. We would see the world that we really wanted to see. But I mean, I could be wrong, but in my experience, just changing your mind, as hard as that is and as hard as that sounds, but just trying to control your mentality to think on a positive level every time you see something negative, or just in general, just in life in general, just everything that filters through your mind, let it come out with some kind of positivity, or find some kind of positivity in it. Because it's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to be pessimistic and to just accept destruction and accept that things are just gonna always go bad. And it's not like that. It may not seem like it, but the universe operates on an even balance. As much evil and negativity as there is, there's also positivity and goodness. You just have to find it. You got to look for it. It's not going to fall in your lap.